Hello and welcome to Bloke on the Range, and I'm here at Coudutir in Sion, Canton Valais, Switzerland. Very many thanks to them for letting me and Eric, CEO of the Swiss, have the range for the day so that we can do a lot of old school Bloke on the Range footage like Mad Minutes. And here is Eric's Martinistutzer. Now this has got a much straighter, more conventional layout, and it's still got its original iron sights, unlike mine, which has been bubbered and scoped up. Now a lot of these have these incredibly complicated stock shapes, butt shapes, scroll work, weird things for the ergonomics of the day, and their heyday was sort of the 1870s-ish until the 1920s, and then they started to die out. Now this is the first time we've done a Mad Minute with a single shot. This one is chambered for GP11 like mine. Most of them on the market are chambered for the old GP 1890 7.5 cartridge, so it's always nice to find them, and the easy way to tell is that there's an 11 in a circle on top of the receiver. These are all kind of artisanal. It seems that someone provided the receivers, and this one was put together by a Hauer of Rheinach. And they seem to have been put together for the taste of the shooter. This one actually is not too bad. They were shot standing mostly and kneeling, whereas the military rifle was shot mostly prone and kneeling. It'll be a bit interesting. This has a set trigger, but we won't use it. We shall just be pulling through. And a little bit of background with me here is back at school, we used to shoot what was called the Country Life competition, which was a group rapid and snap practice, and we shot it mostly with Lee Enfield number 8s, 22 rimfire, but we also occasionally shot it with these little BSA Martini small frame jobbies very briefly. To be honest, the number 8s were better, and in the rapid section we had to shoot 10 rounds in 1 minute, so that's what we're aiming for. Now again, we're going to be shooting at 25 meters as we always do, taking a 6 o'clock hold on an ISSF 10 meter target. These sights are, well, it's a target rifle. They're actually reasonably chunky for open sights, not too different from a G11, and we shall see how it goes. Okay, so I've got my ammo, more than enough ammo in a bandolier here. Let us see how this, this is gonna work. Okay, alignment check. Oh, that's a heavy trigger. Well, we better like that. Yeah, we're better like that. I'm not going to use the Stecher, it's the set trigger. It takes too much force, and we're going to try and minimize movement. Okay, so let us see how this goes. So that was 13. As you can see, sometimes getting these pointy bullets in, they can hang up in all sorts of places, particularly there. It's funny that and then sometimes it wasn't ejecting very well, but I think for a first go, with round nose bullets that would have gone easier. But let us see what the timings were. So first shot in 0.27, 6.81, 4.77, 4.17, 5.38, 4.94, 4.33, 6.8, 4.18, 4.86, 4.07, 5.21, 4.04, and the last shot out was at 59.83. So let's have a look at the target. Well, that's all right. Aiming just underneath with the actually fairly good for open sights, and yeah, so I find that very interesting. So I think that with a bit of practice I could do better with that. The scroll work, I found it was easier just to leave my hand on it, minimize movement, keep the butt in the shoulder, just lean over, grab the ammunition. And this brings us to an interesting historical anecdote, which was at the time of the adoption of the magazine rifle in the British Army, and the question of whether to have a magazine rifle at all, was that in sustained fire trials between the Lee Metford and the Martini-Henry, they found that sustained, it didn't actually matter. Well, the overall rate of fire was the same, because the Martini will be kicking shots out every, well, not going as quickly as me because they're coming down to a pouch to load, but however many seconds it'll kick out a round, whereas the Metford will get its 8 rounds out quickly, and then you've got a long pause while you reload the magazine and go again. But then the Brits made the same error as the Americans did a bit later in basically wanting their magazine rifle to be a single shot with a magazine in reserve, whereas practically everybody else at this time was like, magazine rifle is magazine rifle, we're going to load out the magazine. Others did play with various types of cut-offs, but the Mannlichers with the en-bloc loading didn't. The Swiss did have a magazine cut-off with a 12-round magazine, and then the commission rifle, German commission rifle, no cut-off, and then the Mauser 89, I don't think that has a cut-off. Anyway, that was a little digression here, but I think 13 rounds out of this single shot, actually I think that's better than I did with the Lebel back in the day, but then that has a nasty tube magazine. So anyway, I will stop rambling now. I will thank, first of all, Coup du Tir for hosting me, Eric, CEO of the Swiss, for holding the camera and putting up with me, and all our supporters on Patreon and Player, and please like and subscribe, etc., and see you again.